going to do a quick demo here of the Slab Caddy. This is a new innovation this year. We just launched in January at Tice, developed by myself and another fabricator. And we solved some of his problems, and he said, you need to see if the rest of the industry has the same issues as you do, or as I do. So essentially his problem was he was taking slabs off the green board of the scanner and then putting them onto an A-frame in front of his production area, and he would end up overloading that A-frame to a point where it was a safety hazard. So he approached us and said, hey, can you help us solve this issue? So we came up with the Slab Caddy, which is essentially a A-frame or pin rack. There's 4 different types of carts now that allows you to transfer 10 or more slabs at one time, and you can do it with this tug. So now instead of a forklift or a crane moving 1 slab at a time, usually with 2 guys, right? Now you can load up the cart and you can have 1 guy move up to 10 slabs at a time from point A to point B. So the easiest analogy, which I got to give credit to Jeff here from Cutting Edge, he's the one that had the idea, was it's like a shopping cart. You don't go to the grocery store, go get your broccoli, take it to the cash register. Then go get your steak, take it to the cash register. You have a shopping cart, right? So you go around the store, you pick up what you need, you make 1 trip up to the cash register. So here they're actually evaluating the pin cart to use it as a shopping cart. So instead of that crane going up and down this bay all day, now it'll just go pick up to 10 slabs for this cart and then take it and load it right in front of their saws. So yeah, we have 4 carts. The original is what you see here. It's a traditional A-frame. And kind of the way this works is it has a fixed or a rigid hitch system. And so what that allows you to do is you're able to nest the tug inside these slabs. So you can see this is probably nearly a full-length slab, and you can see how far it comes up on the actual caddy. So the overall length of this, is no longer than a traditional forklift, and you have roughly 10 times the capacity because you're moving 10 slabs instead of 1. So I'll show you how it turns, and if you guys are interested, you're more than welcome to come up after the demo and try it. So you can see you have 4 swivel casters on the cart, so now there's no risk of hitting any of the slabs with your tug because it's a rigid connection between the 2. So the tug has a couple of speed settings, fast and slow, depending on your environment and who's driving it. It's a 110-volt plug-in, so you're not running new power for a big 230-volt forklift charger. You can plug it in anywhere in the shop. And these are manufactured actually about 20 minutes north of here. So we're local to this place as well. So the 4 car, oh, go ahead. Yes, yeah, so it's rated, I think, 135. I'm new to the industry, right? So 135, 136 is about the ballpark for the longer slabs, right? So you can do 5 of those per side. So the 4 carts are the A-frame, which holds 5 3cm slabs per side. The pin rack, which this currently holds 10 3cm slabs, 2 per slot. Oh yeah, and then we do a bundle cart as well. So the bundle cart's just much more heavy duty than that. It's got bigger casters, it's wider, but that'll hold 10 3cm slabs per side, designed to hold 2 bundles at a time. And then we have a remnant cart, which is this. They're using this as a remnant cart, but it's actually got a wider base on it, so you can hold up to 10 3cm pieces per side, but it's not rated for 20,000 pounds like 2 bundles would weigh. So it's got the same weight rating as this cart, but you can hold many more pieces on it that are smaller. Yeah, so what Dana's demonstrating here is the hitch. So it's a cylinder, but you can see why it would be rigid. So you go in, it goes up and down, so you raise up into a cavity. And so this gives you flexibility so that it can pivot like that as you're going over thresholds and up and down grades on outside in the parking lot, but it prohibits it from pivoting left and right like a traditional truck and trailer. We have literature and all info on the different types of carts at our table. and we have a YouTube video playing that shows it in action with some larger slabs on it. So our first customer has 10 of these carts, or 12, I'm sorry, 12 carts and 2 tugs. It's a one-shift operation, but they find having a backup tug is nice if the battery's dead or if one's being used. But it is essentially given their sawyers and other operators the freedom to not be relying on a forklift to be bringing them production. One of the other big benefits that our the most recent customer is World Stone up in Farmington Hills. One thing that we had never even considered and they think is one of the bigger benefits for their operation is it's a visual indicator of how far along in production they are that day. So if you have the luxury of having electronic tracking, you can go onto a dashboard and see how much you've done that day. That's awesome, but some people don't have that. Sorry. And so what they'll do is they load up 2 A-frames, and that's their production for the day. Before they had pin racks. And so as you know, you're constantly loading and unloading pin racks with new inventory and stuff going across the saw. So as you go throughout your day, it looks relatively full the whole day, right? If people are doing what they're supposed to do. Well, now they can load A-frames on the other side of the shop. The saw operator knows he has to work through that much product for the day. So it's a very easy indicator for him to know how far along, if he's on pace to make production that day, and for management to know too, right? So you walk up, you say, okay, it's 11 o'clock, he's got through 1 A-frame, he's on pace. Okay, all right, he still has 3 sides to do. What happened this morning? Let's see if there's a problem that needs to be addressed. So that was kind of a cool benefit that we didn't really understand until we got some more people using it. So, go ahead. So we're brand new. We're prepared to test that. We have not found a great place to test doing gravel. Oh, sorry. The question was, does it, these are beautiful concrete floors. It's a smooth parking lot. Does this work on uneven surfaces and with holes in the grade and the concrete? So we have both the 3 shops we've been running it in all have fairly nice floors. There is some uneven grades. So this thing is very powerful. It'll go up hills. But as far as going over gravel, you might say, we are in the process of testing some new casters that have much thicker and softer rubber on them so that they can absorb some of the imperfections in the concrete or in the surface. So yeah, the other thing I'll touch on is safety. And Dana, let me know if I'm covering it all. Is some of the most dangerous things happening in the shop, from what we've been told, is moving slabs with a forklift or with a crane. And so now, just like I said, instead of moving it with a crane for 50 yards, now you're only moving it 5 yards to the cart. And things aren't swinging in the breeze and stuff like that. So no risk of the shark bite, stuff like that. So now you actually have the slabs rigidly held on an A-frame or a pin rack, and you know exactly where they're going to be when you're transporting them.